Hello friends, I hope you're all doing great out there. The past 1 week has been really crazy for me. My daughter was sick and I spent a lot of time taking care of her. That's why I was not even able to get you the videos as I usually do. I was also not able to visit my place because I like things done in my presence. There's lots of work to be done and I'm just about to leave, and I'll be spending the entire day there preparing a few things because we are about to move in, and all these preparations I'm making are quite necessary for comfortable transition. Every morning I wake up, I like to step out in the yard and just enjoy the beautiful music from the birds and all these beautiful things nature provides for us. It's like my daily therapy session. So we finished up with the building of the little walls of the driveway, and the curing was done. The wall is quite firm. And what you're going to do next is plastering of the walls before we can plant the flowers. But I wanted the plastering done in my presence. As always, I love to be part of everything that goes on in here. Every time I come here after not showing up for a few days, I find really exciting changes, especially with the flowers and the trees in the yard. There's always a new bloom, there's always a new fruit, there are always new buds, and this is so exciting for me. Look at the red bottle brush. These are just about to bloom into flowers. This tree grows so fast and it can grow anywhere. So if you're looking for a fast growing tree in your yard, then you'd consider the red bottle brush. Did you know that plants also need some tender loving care? Try showing love to your plants by fertilizing them, weeding them, touching them, and maintaining them. You will see what happens. Do you remember the pomegranate tree? I still can't pronounce that word right, but this is the tree that burnt down, and it is one of the fruits that takes so long to fruit. 4 good years waiting, then somebody burnt it down. But I'm glad it's blooming again. These flowers mean fruits are coming soon. So other than preparing the house for occupation, I also like to prepare my garden. I've seen how poorly food is handled in our markets, and I just don't want to be part of that. I want to grow my own food, and that journey began years ago. I'm currently adding more stuff to the garden because when I move in, I want them ready for harvest. I'm also trying not to plant everything at the same time so that I have continuous harvest. I'm growing watermelon for the first time in my life, and just look how cute they look. I love them even before they fruit. And thanks to Gigi Mami once again for sharing the seeds. I will be showing every step of it. I have a few seedlings of watermelon that took a little longer to germinate, and I'm just adding them to the watermelon patch today. We all would love continuous harvest, and that means planting at different times. That's really cute, isn't it? So I told you guys my garden is kind of an experimental garden. because people have put it in my head that I have the wrong type of soil to grow stuff. So I'm just trying out everything to see what grows and what doesn't. I also put some cassava the other day and they germinated so fast. I didn't expect this. So cassava is coming soon, but I still have the challenge of fighting the weeds. There's a lot of grass growing here, which is common in swampy land, and I don't want to use any chemicals to kill them, so I just keep uprooting until one day I'm going to have a grass-free farm. I think they'll be easier to manage when I put up the raised beds. One of the most successful experiments in my garden is the chilies, which I planted a few weeks ago. I grew them from store-bought chilies and then transplanted them into the main garden, and they are doing quite well. Most of them are already flowering and they look quite healthy, which proves many wrong. This one even has fruit already. So this result is really encouraging me to keep trying more and more vegetables in this garden. So far, nothing I've planted has failed. I'm honestly quite impressed with the results. And this here are the taro I planted about 2 weeks ago. They're already germinating. You can see new leaves here. So all we are going to do is the weeding to keep it clean and neat. Otherwise, they're all growing. I'm also happy to announce that this swamp has the healthiest bananas in the village. Look how big they are. Unfortunately, we had some really heavy winds last week, and one of them fell down and has been really burnt by the sun, but it was almost ready for harvest. So I'm just going to try to keep it if they can ripen. It had just about a week or so to harvest. So generally bananas need support at some point. Sometimes the fruit is heavier than the tree itself. The support I didn't offer. I think that's the reason it fell. In preparation for the big day, I'm also cleaning the yard, just making sure it's on a good level. I don't want snakes. My farmhand has just informed me that he found a snake in the dry grass we had stored to use in mulching the garden. So unfortunately, I'm going to burn all the grass. I don't want the snakes hiding and laying eggs in them. I'm dealing with a lot of fast growing grass, but hopefully one day we are going to have a lawn that we can control. For now, we have to cut the grass every 2 weeks. The sunny days are back and the clay soil gets really dry in this period. The soil even cracks. So not all the grass is going to waste. I'm using it to mulch the trees and all the plants around the yard so that they stay moist and healthy during this dry season. Otherwise, they might just dry up. I'm an outdoor person, so most of my activities are done outside the house. So that's the reason I love to spend time working in the yard, working in the garden. I just want it to be beautiful when I move in. And just a reminder, good things take time. You really have to be patient if you want something good out of your work. On our dinner menu today is athola. Athola is meat roasted over open fire. So I'm just going to make a stew out of it. It is a Luo delicacy and quite expensive in the restaurants in the cities. So let me know if you tried athola before and what you think about it. So we roasted the meat in big chunks. So I'm just cutting them up into biteable sizes. Next, I'm going to soak them and wash in hot water to take away the soot. And then we make a stew. While it soaks, we are going to cut the onions and tomatoes, which we use a lot in our stews here. And I love to chop the onions just a little bit. Next, we're going to fry the onions until they are golden brown. Then we will add the chopped tomatoes, and then you can add salt and all the spices you love. I don't go heavy on spices. Usually it's just paprika and curry powder that I use a lot, and a bit of chilies. And lastly, we add water and let it simmer for about an hour or until the meat is soft. Our very delicious meat is ready, and you can enjoy it with the chapati or ugali or rice. Thank you for hanging out with me again. I wish you all the best in whatever you do. Bye bye for now. I'll see you in the next.